Welcome to our channel. We are so glad you found your way here. Let us help you fall asleep. Let's begin with the quiet collapse of the Theranos, the Silicon Valley blood test fraud and deception. Take a slow, deep breath in and release it. Even the tallest towers eventually quiet down. Tonight, we gently explore the empty boardrooms and forgotten ambitions of the past. Your mind is calm, and we are ready to begin. The genesis of the Theranos traces back to 2003, when a young entrepreneur, Elizabeth Holmes, founded the company with ambitions to revolutionize blood testing. Drawing inspiration from her desire to simplify the diagnostic process, she envisioned a device capable of performing numerous tests using only a few drops of blood. This revolutionary idea captured the attention of investors and Silicon Valley's elite, who were enticed by the prospect of transforming the healthcare landscape. The company quickly gained traction, fueled by a narrative that emphasized innovation and accessibility. Promises of affordable, rapid testing became central to its marketing strategy, appealing to a wide demographic. Support from high-profile board members and partnerships with established healthcare entities lent credibility to its ambitious claims. The substantial funding secured, reaching nearly $1 billion, underscored the fervor surrounding this endeavor. This region of technological optimism, however, masked underlying challenges. Employees and engineers began to express concerns regarding the feasibility of the technology, yet initial successes, accompanied by a charismatic leadership style, overshadowed dissenting voices. As the pressure to deliver results mounted, the internal culture evolved, prioritizing rapid advancement over transparency. The juxtaposition of lofty aspirations against the realities of scientific rigor began to shape the trajectory of this fading company, setting the stage for a deeply complex unraveling. Elizabeth Holmes emerged as a figure of intrigue within this rapidly evolving landscape. With piercing blue eyes and an unwavering conviction, she presented herself as a visionary, determined to revolutionize the medical testing industry. Charismatic and articulate, Holmes captivated investors and the public alike, weaving an ambitious narrative of affordable, accessible healthcare through a mere drop of blood. The initial promise of her technology ignited a fervor, drawing in hundreds of millions of dollars from well-regarded names in finance and industry. This enthusiasm overshadowed the increasing skepticism that quietly began to surface in scientific circles, where experts raised concerns over the validity of the data and the mechanisms behind the proposed innovations. Behind the polished facade, a culture of secrecy developed, prioritizing optics over transparency. Laboratories operated under a shroud of uncertainty, with employees often discouraged from voicing doubts about the processes and results. This bred an environment ripe for miscommunication and misrepresentation, leading to increasingly alarming discrepancies between reality and the narrative being sold. As the company's valuations soared, so did the pressure to deliver on promises that, upon closer inspection, appeared increasingly tenuous. The visionary narrative began to fracture, revealing the complexities and fragilities inherent within the pursuit of disruptive innovation. The concept of a revolutionary blood test captivated investors and the public alike, promising to transform healthcare with unprecedented efficiency. It claimed to conduct a multitude of tests using only a few drops of blood, potentially changing the paradigm of diagnostics. The allure of such a breakthrough drew significant financial backing, fueling aspirations that stretched far beyond reality. Hopeful stakeholders envisioned a future where medical procedures would be simplified and access to crucial health information would be democratized. This vision, however, was built upon an increasingly fragile foundation. Early demonstrations and press releases painted an optimistic picture of what the technology could achieve, yet behind the scenes, inconsistencies began to surface. Initial trials and internal evaluations revealed troubling discrepancies in accuracy and reliability, Despite mounting evidence, the drive to maintain the illusion of success persisted, creating a widening chasm between promise and delivery. As the company scaled operations, the urgency to validate claims overshadowed ethical considerations. Relationships with partners and patients began to fray. The once celebrated innovation devolved into a series of missteps and miscommunications, contributing to a loss of trust. What began as a beacon of hope now cast long shadows over the healthcare landscape, transforming into a cautionary tale of ambition unchecked and dreams unmet. In this region, the echoes of unfulfilled potential linger. Initial funding flowed into the company with an almost magnetic allure. Prominent investors, lured by visions of groundbreaking innovation, placed their trust in a promise of revolutionizing healthcare. These early backers included influential figures from Silicon Valley and beyond, captivated by the notion of a single drop of blood providing comprehensive insights into an individual's health. It represented a paradigm shift, a departure from traditional methods that would render existing practices obsolete. The allure of high returns fueled a fervent enthusiasm among these financiers. They envisioned a future where diagnostic testing would be accessible, affordable, and efficient. This optimism was reflected in the substantial capital raised during the early rounds, with the company quickly amassing a valuation that seemed to defy conventional logic. The narrative surrounding this venture became almost mythical, a tale of visionaries reshaping the landscape of medical testing. As investments poured in, they fostered an environment that encouraged bold claims and ambitious projections. Initial promises of accuracy and reliability captivated attention, overshadowing the nascent challenges lurking beneath the surface. With every new round of funding, the stakes grew higher, and the pressure to deliver a viable product intensified. This cycle of investment and expectation created an atmosphere thick with anticipation, setting the stage for forthcoming revelations that would alter the course of this fading company. In this region, the allure of innovation often overshadows caution. The fervent belief in the transformative power of technology fuels a unique ecosystem where bold promises are met with eager funding. This environment nurtures an almost romanticized vision of entrepreneurship, one that prioritizes visionary ideas over pragmatic execution. Investors, drawn to the potential for groundbreaking advancements, tend to overlook warning signs in their quest for the next disruptor. The culture here thrives on the ideals of rapid growth and unparalleled success. Startups are celebrated for their audacity, with many founders revered as pioneers. The prevailing narrative encourages risk-taking, sometimes at the expense of transparency and accountability. In this landscape, the pressure to deliver results can lead to an erosion of ethical boundaries, with some companies opting for deception over integrity when faced with insurmountable challenges. As the story of the Theranos unfolded, it became emblematic of this broader phenomenon. Promises of revolutionary blood tests captivated investors, leading to inflated valuations that belied the stark realities of the technology. This trajectory reflects the often unexamined consequences of such a high-stakes environment, where the pursuit of innovation can obscure the fundamental principles of honesty and reliability. Early aspirations centered on a transformative vision for accessible healthcare. The promise was to revolutionize blood testing, making it simpler, quicker, and more affordable. This vision resonated deeply within the tech-savvy landscape of Silicon Valley, capturing the imagination of investors and consumers alike. The idea of a device that could perform a multitude of tests from just a single drop of blood created an aura of possibility. In this era, the allure of cutting-edge technology seemed to herald a new dawn for medical diagnostics. A promise emerged that healthcare could become more equitable, reaching populations previously underserved by traditional methods. They touted their revolutionary approach as a solution to the burdens of complex procedures, long wait times, and exorbitant costs. This enthusiasm for innovation fueled a narrative that healthcare could be democratized, bringing forth a brighter future for countless individuals. A network of ambitious executives, engineers, and scientists formed around this vision. They believed their creation would not only streamline diagnostics, but also empower patients by providing them greater control over their health. Enthusiasm swelled, inspiring a fervent belief in the potential for change. Yet, beneath the surface of these early promises lay a complex web of challenges that would soon unravel, revealing the stark contrast between vision and reality. The scientific basis for the blood tests was rooted in ambitious innovations aimed at revolutionizing diagnostics. This region of the technology sector was characterized by a fervent desire to simplify medical testing, enabling patients to obtain results with just a few drops of blood. The initial allure of this technology rested on the notion that it could perform a multitude of tests rapidly, all from a single device. Developers sought to harness microfluidics and advanced algorithms to analyze samples, promising efficiency and accuracy that had never been achieved before. The technology purported to utilize proprietary methods to isolate and measure various biomarkers, all while minimizing sample size. However, the intricacies of human biology and the limitations of existing methodologies presented formidable obstacles. Assumptions about the device's capabilities began to falter as results from preliminary trials emerged. While early demonstrations captivated investors, they often lacked the rigorous scientific validation necessary to support such sweeping claims. The pursuit of a breakthrough, while commendable, frequently overshadowed the critical need for thorough testing and reliable performance metrics. Confidence in the technology waned as discrepancies in results became evident, raising questions about the integrity of the underlying science. This gradual erosion of trust signified a profound divergence from the initial vision, marking the beginning of a tumultuous journey toward inevitable decline. The hiring practices at this company played a significant role in its trajectory. Initially, a determination to assemble a team of elite professionals created an environment charged with ambition. Recruitment efforts targeted individuals from prestigious educational institutions and seasoned experts within the medical and technology sectors. Such decisions were designed to cultivate an image of competence and innovation, reinforcing the belief that groundbreaking advancements were imminent. As pressure mounted to deliver on promises, the emphasis on qualifications began to blur. The allure of rapid progress overshadowed critical assessments of candidate capabilities. A culture emerged that valued loyalty over scrutiny, where dissenting opinions were often stifled. This resulted in an organizational structure increasingly filled with individuals who were more aligned with the company's ambitions than with its ethical standards. Concealment became a necessary strategy as the company veered further from scientific integrity. Employees were encouraged to prioritize the image of success over transparency, often at the expense of rigorous testing and validation. The atmosphere became one of compliance rather than collaboration. This shift in hiring philosophy contributed not only to operational failures, but also to a broader disillusionment among those who had once believed in the vision. A once promising initiative had transformed into a cautionary tale about the consequences of compromised hiring practices. Corporate culture within this organization thrived on an atmosphere of secrecy, fostering a reality where the truth became obscured. Employees operated under stringent non-disclosure agreements, limiting their capacity to discuss internal workings, even with colleagues. This environment not only stifled transparency, but also created a divide between different departments, each unaware of the struggles plaguing the others. An air of urgency permeated the workspace, with an emphasis on innovation overshadowing ethical considerations. Meetings often revolved around grand visions and ambitious timelines, dismissing any dissenting voices. As a result, those who raised concerns regarding technology or methodology frequently found themselves sidelined or ostracized. Leadership cultivated a persona of invincibility, reinforcing a belief that failure was an unacceptable outcome. It fostered an unhealthy pressure to deliver results, leading many to overlook critical flaws in the product. This pressure, as the organization continued to operate under the veil of secrecy, external scrutiny mounted. Investigative journalism began to probe the discrepancies between public claims and actual capabilities. These revelations cast a long shadow over the once-lauded initiative, further eroding trust and exposing the fragility of a corporate structure built on deception. The consequences of such a culture would resonate beyond its walls, marking a significant chapter in corporate history. The influence of Steve Jobs permeated the atmosphere surrounding this fading company. Elizabeth Holmes, inspired by his visionary approach, adopted a leadership style characterized by an intense focus on perfection and a relentless drive towards innovation. This environment fostered an aura of secrecy around developments, creating a facade of progress that captivated investors and potential partners alike. Charismatic presentations became a hallmark of her approach, mirroring Jobs' iconic product launches. This method of communication, while engaging, often obscured the underlying realities of the technology being presented. Confidence in the promise of revolutionary blood testing overshadowed the tangible shortcomings of the actual devices. Employees, driven by a desire to meet her expectations, found themselves navigating an intricate web of ambition and pressure. In this region, the relentless pursuit of success manifested in a culture that valued results above transparency. Dissenting voices within the company were frequently stifled, as questioning the narrative could lead to professional repercussions. The atmosphere became charged with an unspoken urgency, encouraging a form of loyalty that bordered on fanaticism. Over time, the very essence of this leadership style contributed to a disconnect between the company's projected image and its operational reality. The allure of groundbreaking innovation began to fade, revealing cracks in the foundation built on ambition and charisma. High-profile connections became a double-edged sword, as board members with illustrious backgrounds added a veneer of credibility while masking underlying vulnerabilities. These individuals, drawn from prestigious realms of politics and business, lent their names to the enterprise, propelling it into the spotlight. Their involvement suggested a level of trustworthiness that was at odds with the emerging reality. The presence of former government officials and seasoned executives created an impression of oversight and expertise. It was easy to believe that such esteemed figures would safeguard the interests of investors and stakeholders. Yet, as time progressed, this illusion began to unravel, revealing a concerning lack of industry-specific knowledge regarding the complexities of medical technology. Decisions made in board meetings, often shrouded in a culture of deference and ambition, led to the prioritization of image over substance. This environment stifled dissenting voices, resulting in a disconnect between the leadership and the operational realities faced by the company. The reliance on the prestige of board members. As public interest in the venture grew, so did the scrutiny. Investors, initially captivated by the promise of revolutionary healthcare solutions, began to question the legitimacy of claims. With each inquiry, the fragile facade of invincibility started to crumble, leading to a profound reckoning. The fervent media coverage surrounding the Theranos promises amplified the illusion of innovation. The company's founder emerged as a charismatic figure, captivating journalists and investors alike with visions of revolutionary blood testing technology. Headlines proclaimed breakthroughs that would change the landscape of healthcare, presenting it as a miracle solution for patients and clinicians. Articles flocked to the narrative of rapid success, painting a picture of a company destined for greatness. This environment fueled the belief that a simple drop of blood could yield comprehensive health insights, an assertion that resonated deeply within the public consciousness. Analysts and commentators, entranced by the allure of Silicon Valley's promise, overlooked the growing inconsistencies in the company's claims. Reports of partnerships with high-profile organizations further solidified its reputation, creating a perception of legitimacy that masked underlying issues. As time progressed, this initial euphoria began to clash with reality. Questions emerged regarding the accuracy and reliability of the technology, yet the excitement persisted, obscuring the warning signs. Investigations into their practices gradually surfaced, revealing a different narrative beneath the gleaming surface. This region of high expectations and rapid disillusionment mirrored the volatile nature of the technology sector, where ambition often overshadowed accountability. The once celebrated vision began to fracture under scrutiny, illuminating the precarious balance between innovation and integrity. The Edison device emerged as a beacon of hope, promising to revolutionize blood testing with a mere drop of blood. Initial demonstrations showcased its sleek design and the potential for groundbreaking technology, leveraging microfluidics to conduct numerous tests simultaneously. Early enthusiasm surged within the industry as investors rallied, captivated by the prospect of a cost-effective, rapid diagnostic tool that could transform healthcare. In this period of optimism, the device was presented at gatherings and conferences, generating buzz that resonated throughout Silicon Valley. Prominent figures endorsed the vision, further solidifying its credibility. It seemed that the foundation of a new era in medical testing was firmly in place. Early adopters eagerly awaited the launch, envisioning a future where routine blood tests would be painless and accessible. However, beneath the polished exterior, significant challenges loomed. As the company moved toward its initial product launch, internal testing revealed discrepancies between the device's promised capabilities and its actual performance. Results were inconsistent, raising questions about reliability. Despite this, the pressure to deliver a market-ready product intensified, with stakeholders demanding progress. The initial rollout occurred amidst a backdrop of unyielding expectations. The Edison, once celebrated for its innovation, began to face the reality of its limitations. This marked a pivotal moment where the line between ambition and accountability began to blur, leading the company down a path fraught with uncertainty. The initial tests promised revolutionary breakthroughs in blood analysis, boasting the ability to perform hundreds of tests using just a few drops of blood. This innovation captured the attention of investors and consumers alike, propelling the company into an era of significant expectation. However, the reality of accuracy and reliability quickly surfaced. Results began to vary dramatically, leading to questions about the technology's integrity. In laboratories, discrepancies in test outcomes became increasingly evident. Medical professionals reported that the data lacked consistency, often yielding false positives and negatives. This inconsistency undermined trust in the product and raised alarms among those who relied on accurate health information. As the initial enthusiasm waned, whispers of skepticism grew louder within the industry. The internal culture, once driven by the vision of accessible healthcare, began to reflect a troubling environment where concerns were silenced. Employees who raised doubts faced repercussions, creating an atmosphere of fear rather than open dialogue. The corporate narrative shifted from one of innovation to damage control, as leadership grappled with the widening chasm between public perception and operational reality. In the shadows of this unfolding drama, the promise of a transformative health technology faded, leaving a legacy marred by deception and unmet expectations. Each passing day deepened the sense of impending collapse as once promising ambitions eroded under the weight of undeniable facts. Regulatory oversight emerged as a pivotal force in the unraveling of this enterprise. the Food and Drug Administration, tasked with ensuring the safety and efficacy of medical devices, began to scrutinize the claims surrounding the technology. As it became clear that the blood test's accuracy and reliability were in question, the agency's inquiries intensified. This scrutiny marked a crucial turning point as the facade built around the innovations began to crack. Investigations unveiled discrepancies in the data presented to investors and the public. Reports surfaced indicating that the technology failed to deliver on the promises of quick and comprehensive results. The FDA's involvement was not merely an inconvenience, it became a catalyst for revealing the underlying issues that plagued this venture. This institution's rigorous standards acted as a counterbalance to the unchecked optimism that had characterized the early days. As regulatory warnings multiplied, the once enthusiastic support from stakeholders began to wane. The need for transparency became paramount, yet trust had already begun to erode. The rising tide of skepticism overshadowed earlier proclamations of revolutionizing healthcare. With each new regulatory challenge, it became increasingly apparent that the foundations upon which this ambitious project stood were far from solid. The culmination of these events marked a significant shift in the narrative, leading to a deeper examination of ethical responsibility within the tech industry. Clinical trials often represent the critical phase in determining a product's viability and safety. In this instance, they were fraught with challenges and setbacks that would. Inadequate sample sizes and flawed testing protocols plagued early studies, leading to inconsistent results that raised concerns among researchers and investors alike. The technology, intended to offer quick and accurate readings, frequently produced inaccurate data. This inconsistency created a ripple effect, casting doubt on the operational integrity of the company and diminishing trust within the medical community. Regulatory bodies expressed apprehension over the validity of the trial outcomes. The lack of transparency complicated matters further, as data was selectively shared, leading to a distorted perception of efficacy. As the trials continued, it became increasingly evident that the anticipated breakthroughs were not materializing. These various setbacks culminated in a prolonged period of scrutiny, where the once promising vision began to unravel, revealing a stark contrast between aspiration and reality. The fallout from these failures not only impacted the company, but also sparked wider discussions surrounding accountability and ethical practices in the tech-driven healthcare sector. Significant financial growth characterized the early years of the company, marked by inflated valuations that captured the attention of investors and the media alike. Initial funding rounds generated immense enthusiasm, as venture capitalists poured over $400 million into a vision that promised to revolutionize health diagnostics. This influx of capital created an illusion of stability and potential, overshadowing the nascent issues that were silently brewing within its operations. The company's valuation soared to nearly $9 billion at its peak, a figure that seemed to validate the ambitious claims made by its leadership. These figures attracted attention from high-profile investors, creating a sense of urgency among those seeking to capitalize on the next big breakthrough in healthcare technology. The perception of innovation fueled a cycle of investment, as each funding round further inflated expectations for future success. As external pressures mounted and the reality of its capabilities became increasingly apparent, the disconnect between financial projections and operational feasibility began to surface. Doubt crept into the conversations of once enthusiastic backers, prompting a reevaluation of the company's prospects. The shimmering promise of disruptive technology faded, exposing the precarious nature of the financial structures that had supported it. In the shadows of that once bright future, a stark reckoning awaited. Venture capitalists played a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of this fading company. Their initial enthusiasm fueled the rapid ascent of the Theranos, transforming a modest startup into a billion-dollar enterprise. They invested substantial sums, captivated by promises of revolutionary technology that could conduct comprehensive blood tests with minimal samples. This allure blinded many to the mounting concerns surrounding the validity of the claims being made. In this region of innovation, the pressure to deliver extraordinary results often superseded due diligence. Investors, seeking the next big breakthrough, overlooked critical evidence that suggested the technology might be fundamentally flawed. The allure of high returns overshadowed caution, resulting in a cascade of funding that allowed the company to operate without adequate oversight. These financial backers often remained in the background, their influence felt but seldom questioned. As the company's reputation soared, so did the stakes, creating an environment where truth became malleable. The fervor for innovation overshadowed ethics, leading to a culture that prioritized ambition over accountability. As scrutiny intensified, the very foundations of trust began to erode. The once glamorous offices, filled with aspirational visions, now reflected the stark reality of deception and unfulfilled promises. The financial backing that had once propelled it forward began to fade, leaving behind a cautionary tale of unchecked ambition. The culture within the organization shifted as early concerns emerged from employees. Whispered doubts began to circulate in the hallways of this once celebrated enterprise. Individuals, driven by a sense of ethics, recognized discrepancies between the promises made to investors and the reality of the technology. These voices of dissent, initially hesitant, grew bolder as they witnessed the unfolding deception. Some employees began meticulously documenting failures in the blood testing technology, becoming increasingly alarmed as the leadership maintained their confident facade. The disconnect between the ambitious vision and the operational shortcomings became glaringly apparent. Laboratories, once seen as hubs of innovation, transformed into sites of mounting frustration. Reports started to surface, detailing inaccuracies in test results and the pressure to produce favorable outcomes. Morale eroded as individuals grappled with the ethical implications of their work. The leadership's insistence on secrecy stifled open dialogue, fostering an environment where questions were discouraged. As concerns escalated, a few courageous employees made the difficult decision to speak out to regulators. Their testimonies highlighted a troubling pattern of misconduct, confronting the organization with a stark reality. The whistleblowers, bearing the weight of their knowledge, sought to unveil the truth. The investigative efforts turned toward a prominent publication, known for its rigorous journalistic standards. This outlet embarked on an in-depth examination of the claims surrounding the revolutionary blood testing technology. Journalists meticulously scrutinized the data, interviewing former employees and industry experts, piecing together a narrative that challenged the very foundation of the company's promises. Reports surfaced detailing inconsistencies in the technology's capabilities and the alarming lack of scientific validation. Doubts began to crystallize around the efficacy of the product. What was once hailed as a groundbreaking innovation now appeared to be a facade, constructed upon misleading statements and unverified results. The articles articulated a growing sense of betrayal felt by investors and patients alike, emphasizing the ethical implications of such deception in the healthcare landscape. As the exposé gained traction, the atmosphere shifted. The once celebrated company found itself under intense scrutiny, its reputation rapidly deteriorating. Stakeholders began to withdraw their support, and regulatory bodies took notice, signaling the impending fallout. The public, once enamored by the promise of accessible health diagnostics, now faced a sobering reality. The unfolding narrative highlighted not only the failures of a singular enterprise, but also the broader implications of trust in innovation. Investigative journalism, in this instance, played a crucial role in illuminating the shadows that had obscured the truth. The revelations surrounding this case prompted a seismic shift in public perception. Trust, once freely given, eroded rapidly as details of deception emerged. Individuals who had invested their hopes and savings experienced a profound sense of betrayal. This region, once a beacon of innovation and progress, became synonymous with cautionary tales of ambition unchecked by ethics. The media's relentless coverage fueled a growing skepticism towards Silicon Valley. Investors and consumers alike began scrutinizing the motives behind new technologies, questioning the integrity of those who championed them. Vigorously, they sought transparency in the burgeoning biotech field, challenging the narratives that had previously gone unexamined. As the dust settled, a collective realization took hold. The allure of groundbreaking advancements was dimmed by the stark reminder that not all innovations stemmed from genuine intentions. This declining trust extended beyond individual companies, casting a long shadow over the entire industry. Regulatory bodies faced mounting pressure to tighten oversight, ensuring that such deceit would not easily take root again. Discussions around ethical standards intensified, highlighting the need for accountability in a space often celebrated for its disruptive potential. This growing demand for integrity reshaped the landscape, leaving a lasting impact on how future endeavors would be approached, both by entrepreneurs and the public. Legal challenges emerged as a consequence of the disintegration of trust surrounding the fading company. Investors, once captivated by the promise of revolutionary technology, began to question the viability of their financial commitments. Lawsuits sprouted like weeds, with numerous cases initiated against the organization by those who felt misled. These legal actions highlighted a stark contrast between the initial enthusiasm and the eventual disillusionment experienced by stakeholders. Patients, too, found themselves embroiled in the fallout. Some who had relied on the touted blood tests for critical health decisions sought restitution, believing their well-being had been compromised. The claims detailed a host of grievances, from inaccurate results to the emotional toll of misplaced hope. The courtroom became a battleground where testimonies revealed the stark reality of broken promises. Amidst the proceedings, public perception shifted dramatically. Media coverage intensified, with articles detailing the failures and misrepresentations that had marked the company's ascent. The once glamorous image of innovation was overshadowed by a narrative of deception. Each trial date served as a reminder of the fragile trust that had been shattered, emphasizing the risks associated with unchecked ambition. This environment of scrutiny underscored the need for accountability, forever altering the expectations placed upon startups and their leaders in this region. The scrutiny intensified as investigations unfolded, revealing layers of complexity within the organization's operations. Allegations of fraud began to surface, prompting government entities to intervene. The Securities and Exchange Commission initiated a formal inquiry, examining the veracity of claims surrounding the technology. This investigation cast a long shadow over the once celebrated company as it became entangled in a web of deception. Testimonies from former employees painted a stark picture of a culture steeped in secrecy and denial, where exaggerations about capabilities became commonplace. The technology that promised revolutionary blood testing was under severe examination, leading to questions about its efficacy and the integrity of its leadership. This scrutiny was not merely a response to specific claims, but rather an overarching inquiry into the practices that had allowed such significant misrepresentations to flourish. Regulatory bodies focused on communications between the company and its investors, analyzing the information disclosed during funding rounds. Irregularities surfaced, casting doubt on the ethical foundations of the organization. With each passing day, the narrative surrounding its innovation shifted from one of hope to one of uncertainty and distrust. The implications of these findings extended beyond the firm itself, igniting discussions about ethical standards and transparency in the technology sector at large. This conversation about ethical standards and transparency was underscored by a wave of discontent within the organization. Once a beacon of innovation, the atmosphere within the company grew increasingly tense. Boardroom resignations punctuated this period, reflecting a broader unease. Key figures began to distance themselves, each departure a small yet significant crack in the facade of certainty. Disappointment lingered in the air as stakeholders grappled with the unfolding reality. This region, once vibrant with ambition, turned somber as these influential members left their posts, citing ethical dilemmas and the growing distrust that permeated the company's culture. The board, previously a united front, splintered under the weight of revelations and the public scrutiny that followed. Financial backers expressed their concerns, leading to a palpable shift in investment strategies. Funding became a fragile lifeline, with potential investors hesitant to associate with an entity that had tarnished its credibility. The internal environment mirrored the external turmoil, as employees faced uncertainty regarding their futures. Morale dwindled, and whispers of discontent echoed through the halls, amplifying a sense of inevitability surrounding the organization's decline. Consequences rippled through the broader industry, leading to intensified scrutiny of startups and established companies alike. A cloud of doubt settled over promises of innovation, leaving a lasting imprint on the landscape of entrepreneurship. The absence of robust corporate governance became evident as scrutiny intensified. Oversight mechanisms faltered, enabling a culture that prioritized ambition over accountability. Board members, despite their esteemed backgrounds, lacked the essential expertise in the biomedical field, creating a disconnect between ambition and capability. Decisions often emerged from a singular vision, sidelining critical analysis and diverse perspectives. Leadership exhibited a tendency towards secrecy, shrouding operations in ambiguity. This atmosphere dissuaded dissent and stifled necessary inquiry, fostering an environment where questions were unwelcome. Internal communication faltered, leading to misalignment among teams and an erosion of trust. Employees faced the paradox of unwavering loyalty to a vision that in reality was increasingly untenable. Adherence to ethical standards diminished, with reports of manipulation and data misrepresentation surfacing. Stakeholders, ranging from investors to patients, were kept in the dark, their trust exploited. Whistleblowers attempted to sound alarms, but their voices were drowned out by the fervor of an unwavering commitment to the narrative of success. Failures in governance culminated in a catastrophic erosion of credibility. The very foundation of trust that businesses rely on began to crumble, leaving a stark reminder of the consequences of neglecting ethical responsibility. In the end, it was not merely a company that faltered, but a cautionary tale echoing through the corridors of innovation. Amidst the ruins of ambition, the role of ethics in biotechnology startups emerges as a pivotal theme. In this region, where groundbreaking ideas are birthed with fervor, the line between visionary pursuit and moral responsibility often blurs. Founders, driven by the intoxicating promise of revolutionizing healthcare, can overlook the essential tenets of integrity in their quest for success. In a landscape marked by rapid advancements, this neglect leads to a culture where results may take precedence over honesty. The allure of potential breakthroughs can overshadow the need for rigorous validation and transparency. Stakeholders, eager for a slice of innovation, sometimes turn a blind eye to the ethical implications of their investments, prioritizing financial gain over societal welfare. These dynamics create an environment where deception can flourish, as shortcuts are embraced in the name of expediency. The consequences ripple outward, impacting not only investors, but also patients who place their trust in unproven technologies. A collective responsibility looms over this sector, urging a reevaluation of priorities. Without a steadfast commitment to ethical practices, the foundation of biotechnology remains vulnerable. The lessons extracted from past failures serve as a reminder that innovation must not come at the expense of truth. This delicate balance between ambition and ethics is crucial for sustaining the trust and safety of society as a whole. The impact of the hype cycle on this company's growth manifested in various ways, shaping perceptions and leading to an unsustainable trajectory. Enthusiastic endorsements from influential investors and industry leaders propelled it into the spotlight, creating an illusion of inevitability surrounding its success. This fervor, while initially advantageous, obscured critical evaluations of the underlying technology and methodologies. In this region of Silicon Valley, the allure of groundbreaking innovation often overshadows rigorous scrutiny. As the company garnered attention, its proclamations of revolutionary blood testing technology captivated the imaginations of stakeholders, leading to inflated expectations. This environment nurtured a culture where ambition eclipsed caution, encouraging the pursuit of rapid growth without the necessary empirical validation. The allure of the product, promising to deliver comprehensive results from a mere drop of blood, further fueled speculation and investment. Yet, as the reality of its capabilities became increasingly apparent, the foundation began to show signs of strain. Investors and customers alike sought validation of the claims, leading to a gradual unmasking of the discrepancies between promise and reality. This spiral of hype and subsequent scrutiny highlights the dangers inherent in unchecked ambition within high-stakes industries. The consequences extend beyond the company itself, impacting the broader landscape of trust in innovation and healthcare, as the repercussions of such failures resonate throughout society. Media narratives played a significant role in shaping perceptions of the rising company. Headlines celebrated it as a groundbreaking unicorn, a symbol of hope and progress in the realm of medical innovation. The allure of a simple blood test that could diagnose numerous conditions with a mere prick of the finger captured the imagination of investors, entrepreneurs, and the public alike. This excitement was fueled by the charismatic leadership and the promise of transforming healthcare accessibility. As the initial fervor grew, so did the scrutiny. Investigative journalists began to probe deeper, uncovering inconsistencies in claims and evidence. The carefully constructed facade began to crack under the weight of factual inquiry. Reports revealed that the technology was not only unproven, but also fundamentally flawed, raising questions about the ethics surrounding the promotion of such unvalidated claims to vulnerable populations in need of reliable diagnostic tools. The narrative swiftly shifted from one of innovation and optimism to one of skepticism and betrayal. Once celebrated figures now faced intense criticism as revelations of deception came to light. Trust eroded rapidly, leaving behind a landscape marked by caution and wariness. This downfall served as a cautionary tale, illustrating the fragile intersection of ambition and accountability in the high-stakes world of technological advancement. Disillusionment permeated the atmosphere as supporters grappled with the reality of the unraveling promise. Enthusiasts who once championed the groundbreaking vision felt a profound sense of betrayal. Investors, initially captivated by the allure of revolutionizing healthcare, faced the stark contrast between aspiration and stark reality, leading to a growing sense of skepticism. The narrative surrounding this venture shifted from one of innovation to a stark examination of trust and integrity. Communities that had rallied around the notion of accessible, rapid medical testing found themselves questioning the very foundations of their beliefs. Prominent figures in the tech industry, who had once openly endorsed it, began to withdraw their support, further amplifying the atmosphere of uncertainty. The the sentiment shifted from excitement to a collective sense of loss, as dreams of a healthier future faded into disillusionment. Media narratives contributed to this transformation, amplifying the growing unease. A once celebrated narrative became a cautionary account of unchecked ambition, revealing the vulnerabilities inherent in the startup culture. This atmosphere of disillusionment echoed through social media channels, where former advocates shared their disappointment and confusion. The fallout expanded beyond monetary losses, encompassing a crisis of faith in technological promises and the motivations of those behind them, leaving a lasting impact on public perception. Comparisons often arise between this case and other notable startup failures, each presenting unique lessons in ambition, ethics, and oversight. The rise and fall of these ventures share common threads, woven from the fabric of unfulfilled promises and miscalculated risks. They highlight the fragility of consumer trust and the perils of unchecked innovation. Instances such as the collapse of the once promising internet service provider, Cosmo, illustrate how operational overreach can lead to rapid decline. It too faced the consequences of scaling without a sustainable business model. Similarly, the downfall of WeWork serves as a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in prioritizing growth over profitability. A pattern emerges, revealing that overvaluation and exuberance can obscure fundamental flaws. The cautionary tales of these enterprises invite introspection among entrepreneurs and investors alike. The emphasis placed on transparency, accountability, and ethical practices grows increasingly vital in the fast-paced world of innovation. The lessons gleaned from this landscape underscore the importance of due diligence, fostering a climate where scrutiny replaces blind faith. Examining these failures not only reflects on the past, but also serves as a guide for future endeavors. This region of entrepreneurship remains fraught with both possibility and peril, urging stakeholders to approach each venture with a balanced perspective. Venture capital played a pivotal role in shaping the trajectory of many startups, including Theranos. With its allure of rapid growth and innovation, it attracted substantial financial commitments from investors, eager to support the next groundbreaking technology. This flood of capital can create an environment where exaggeration and deception thrive, as the pressure to deliver returns often outweighs ethical considerations. In the case of Theranos, the promise of a revolutionary blood testing device captivated many prominent investors. The allure of transformative technology overshadowed the necessity for rigorous validation. As funding poured in, the company was able to mask operational shortcomings and scientific limitations, cultivating an image of success that belied the reality behind closed doors. Investors, driven by the potential for massive returns, often overlooked critical red flags. The culture within this region glorified disruption and speed, fostering an atmosphere where questioning the viability of claims became a rarity. This phenomenon was not isolated. It reflected a broader trend in the venture capital landscape, where the relentless pursuit of innovation frequently eclipsed due diligence. The consequences of such unchecked enthusiasm became evident as the truth unraveled. The facade built upon a foundation of deception led to a dramatic unraveling of trust, affecting not only investors but also the public at large, as hopes for a simpler healthcare solution faded into disillusionment. The fallout from this unraveling was swift and severe, manifesting in a series of legal challenges that would. The courtroom became a stage for the dissection of ambitions intertwined with deceit. Prosecutors meticulously laid out the narrative of intentional misrepresentation, detailing how claims made about the technology were not just overly optimistic, but fundamentally unfounded. The evidence presented reflected the stark contrast between the promises of revolutionized healthcare and the reality of flawed machines that offered inaccurate results. Holmes's defense sought to paint her as a visionary misled by her own ambitions, a portrayal that struggled to resonate against the weight of the testimony from former employees and investors. The media spotlight intensified, drawing public attention to the ethical implications of Silicon Valley's relentless pursuit of innovation. Legal proceedings unfolded with a sense of inevitability, encapsulating a cautionary tale about the fragility of trust and the consequences of placing ambition above accountability. The trial of Elizabeth Holmes became a focal point for scrutiny, illuminating the depths of deception that had permeated the organization. It was marked by a series of charges, including wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud, all stemming from the allegations that she knowingly misled investors about the capabilities of the technology. The courtroom, filled with journalists and observers, served as a stark reminder of the once promising vision that had captivated many. Testimonies from former employees painted a picture of a culture steeped in secrecy and pressure, where dissent was often silenced. The narrative that unfolded revealed a stark contrast between ambition and the reality of the technology that was being touted as revolutionary. Investors, drawn by the allure of innovation, poured substantial resources into a venture that, in truth, had not delivered on its promises. The prosecution laid out evidence suggesting that Holmes had made false claims about the accuracy and reliability of the blood testing devices, which were fundamentally flawed. Every detail was meticulously analyzed, capturing the gradual unraveling of a dream that had once seemed attainable. Witnesses recalled moments of doubt and apprehension, signaling a shift in the atmosphere from hope to skepticism. The proceedings became a somber reminder of the consequences that arise when vision eclipses truth. Testimonies from former employees painted a chilling portrait of internal disillusionment. Individuals who had once believed in the mission found themselves disenchanted by the stark realities of their working environment. Each narrative revealed a common thread of intimidation and secrecy, underscoring the growing rift between ambition and ethical responsibility. The weight of their experiences became palpable as they recounted instances of pressure to conform and silence dissent. This region, once characterized by innovation and promise, transformed into a landscape fraught with mistrust. As these witnesses took the stand, their accounts illuminated the pervasive culture of denial that permeated the organization. Descriptions of manipulated data and misleading presentations emerged, reflecting a dissonance between the public persona and the troubling practices behind closed doors. The atmosphere in the courtroom shifted with each revelation, as the audience grappled with the extent of the deception. Some former employees discussed their initial excitement at joining the company, only to watch their ideals erode as they became entangled in a web of fraud. The emotional toll became evident, revealing how deeply personal the fallout of this decline had been for those involved. This unraveling of integrity marked a pivotal moment in the narrative, as the consequences of misplaced ambition continued to unfold within the hallowed halls of Silicon Valley's once revered institutions. Defense strategies employed during the court proceedings showcased a calculated attempt to reshape the narrative surrounding the company. As the trial commenced, the focus shifted toward the portrayal of intent. Holmes' legal team emphasized the belief that their client genuinely sought to revolutionize healthcare, framing her ambitions as visionary rather than deceitful. This perspective sought to elicit sympathy, positioning her not as a perpetrator of fraud, but as a misunderstood innovator navigating the complexities of a burgeoning industry. Witness testimonies reinforced this argument, with supporters portraying her as a relentless advocate for patients, driven by a desire to provide affordable and accessible testing solutions. These narratives aim to obscure the technical failures that had become increasingly apparent, diverting attention from the underlying operational deficiencies. The courtroom atmosphere turned into a battleground of contrasting ideals, wherein the notion of entrepreneurial spirit clashed with the stark realities of accountability. Documentary evidence, including emails and internal communications, began to surface, illustrating the dissonance between public statements and internal understanding. Amidst this backdrop, Holmes remained steadfast in her assertion that she had not knowingly misled investors or patients. The legal strategies adopted served to reflect a broader commentary on the nature of ambition, innovation, and the ethical boundaries often blurred within the relentless pursuit of success in the tech industry. Jury deliberations unfolded in a climate thick with tension, as the complexities of the case weighed heavily on the minds of those tasked with determining the fate of the accused. Each juror grappled with the intricate web of testimonies and evidence presented over the course of the trial. It was a matter that transcended simple guilt or innocence. The implications of their decision echoed throughout the corridors of Silicon Valley, reverberating within the very fabric of the industry. The prosecution painted a stark picture of deceit, detailing the promises of revolutionary technology that never materialized. In contrast, the defense focused on the fervent ambition that fueled the venture, arguing that the line between aspiration and reality had become indistinct. This environment fostered a discourse on the nature of innovation itself, challenging traditional notions of accountability. As discussions progressed, the jurors found themselves immersed in nuanced debates about the intentions behind the decisions made. Clarifications were sought and opinions exchanged, reflecting a struggle to reconcile the idealism of entrepreneurship with the responsibilities that accompany such pursuits. The weight of their collective judgment loomed large, extending beyond the courtroom into a world wary of the fine line between vision and hubris. The jury's verdict resonated throughout the community, a clear signal of the consequences tied to ambition unbridled by integrity. As the news spread, reactions rippled through the public and industry alike, a blend of disbelief and vindication occupying the collective consciousness. Observers noted the profound disappointment in what was once a beacon of innovation. Promising breakthroughs in healthcare had now spiraled into a cautionary tale. In the aftermath, industry leaders acknowledged the verdict as a stark reminder of the ethical responsibilities that accompany scientific advancement. Many expressed a cautious optimism that such a high-profile case would catalyze a shift in regulatory practices. The emphasis on accountability now took center stage, as stakeholders sought to regain trust eroded by this failure. Among the general populace, sentiments varied. Some embraced the verdict as a necessary step towards justice, while others lamented the loss of potential that had once invigorated the field. Social media platforms buzzed with discussions, filled with reflections on the fragility of progress when intertwined with deceit. The response extended beyond American borders, prompting international discourse on the interplay between innovation and ethics in technology-driven healthcare. As the dust settled, the implications of this case would linger, casting a long shadow over the future of entrepreneurship in the region and beyond. The aftermath revealed extensive business losses, with investors facing devastating financial fallout. Billions of dollars evaporated as stakeholders grappled with the stark reality that a once promising venture had unraveled. This decline left a wake of broken trust and shattered reputations. Many had placed their faith in an innovative vision that numerous venture capital firms and private equity investors reevaluated their strategies, questioning their due diligence processes. The once flourishing startup ecosystem now bore the scars of this deception, as funding for speculative ventures became increasingly scrutinized. In the wake of the Theranos, startups faced heightened skepticism, forced to navigate an environment where every claim was met with thorough examination. The ripple effects extended beyond financial losses. Talented individuals found themselves disillusioned, questioning their roles within an industry that had been so dramatically exposed to the potential for deceit. Employees who had once rallied around a groundbreaking mission now moved on, seeking opportunities elsewhere, often in more established companies that promised stability. Regulatory bodies intensified their oversight, implementing stricter guidelines to protect against future frauds of this nature. As the dust settled further, the narrative surrounding entrepreneurship shifted, underscoring the necessity of accountability and transparency. The landscape of innovation transformed, forever altered by the lessons learned from this cautionary tale. Reputation damage rippled through the ecosystem of Silicon Valley startups, casting a long shadow over emerging enterprises. The fallout from this particular deception prompted investors to exercise greater caution and skepticism. Trust, once the currency of innovation, became scarce. Founders and entrepreneurs faced heightened scrutiny, compelled to present an unyielding case for their visions. In the wake of this incident, funding rounds that once flowed freely began to dry up. VCs adopted a more rigorous approach, demanding extensive due diligence and validation of claims. Startups struggled under the weight of an increasingly distrustful market, where the specter of fraud loomed large. Many potential projects, once seen as promising, were abandoned as investors hesitated to risk capital in an environment fraught with uncertainty. Collaboration and networking among startups also suffered. A once thriving atmosphere of shared ideas and partnerships grew tentative. The fear of association with any hint of misconduct led to isolation, stifling creativity and progress. Even within incubators and accelerators, a palpable tension emerged as founders worked to distance themselves from the tarnished legacy of this particular case. This region, so often celebrated for its groundbreaking advancements, found itself grappling with an identity crisis. Trust, once the bedrock of innovation, had been irrevocably compromised, leaving many to ponder the future of entrepreneurship in this landscape. Deception in business often stems from a profound psychological need for validation and success. Individuals within organizations may become entangled in narratives that elevate their standing, driven by an overwhelming desire to gain recognition and approval. This phenomenon manifests not only in the actions of founders, but permeates through various levels of management and staff, creating an environment where honesty is overshadowed by ambition. The allure of extraordinary promises can lead to a collective suspension of disbelief. Employees, investors, and consumers may overlook inconsistencies and red flags, entranced by the vision of revolutionary advancements. Cognitive dissonance emerges as individuals reconcile their investment of time, money, and faith with the growing realization of unattainable goals. This psychological mechanism can perpetuate cycles of denial, where acknowledgement of the truth becomes increasingly difficult. As the facade crumbles, the repercussions extend beyond mere financial loss. Relationships founded on trust are irreparably damaged, leading to disillusionment that echoes throughout the industry. The emotional toll on those involved can be profound, marked by feelings of betrayal and regret. Misguided confidence fuels a culture of silence, where dissenting voices are muffled and critical thinking is stifled. This environment fosters an ecosystem ripe for further deception, leaving a legacy that haunts the corridors of once promising enterprises. Fear and ambition intertwine to create a unique culture within the organization. An intense drive for success overshadowed ethical considerations, fostering a relentless pursuit of innovation at any cost. Employees found themselves navigating a landscape where dissent was discouraged, and questioning the status quo was often met with hostility. Those who exhibited caution or voiced concerns about the technology faced subtle repercussions, creating an atmosphere where loyalty to the vision eclipsed integrity. Ambition, while often a catalyst for progress, morphed into a tool for manipulation. It fueled a narrative that glorified risk-taking, championing the pursuit of breakthrough advancements over realistic assessments of capability. This zeal rendered many blind to the technological limitations faced by the organization. The promise of revolutionizing healthcare through a simple blood test became a mantra, one repeated so frequently that it drowned out the warnings of those who understood the complexities involved. In this environment, the line between aspiration and delusion blurred. The urgency to deliver results led to a series of calculated misrepresentations, each more egregious than the last. Amidst the fervor for success, the foundation of truth weakened. Regulatory frameworks began to shift in response to the failures observed within this region. The fallout from the Theranos debacle forced lawmakers to take a closer look at the oversight of medical technology companies. New measures emerged, aimed at enhancing accountability and ensuring that similar deceptions would be less likely in the future. As the dust settled, a wave of scrutiny washed over laboratory practices, prompting the establishment of more stringent guidelines. These reforms sought to bolster the integrity of diagnostics, emphasizing the importance of rigorous testing and validation before any product could reach the market. Regulators recognized the necessity for transparency, compelling companies to disclose their methodologies and results in a manner that could withstand public and scientific examination. This environment fostered a renewed commitment to quality assurance, where laboratories were held to higher standards of performance. The notion of patient safety took precedence, as oversight bodies implemented checks to monitor compliance and efficacy. These changes did not merely represent a reaction to a singular event, they reflected a broader cultural shift within the industry. Innovators began to understand the weight of ethical responsibility that accompanied technological advancements. The landscape transformed as the focus moved from rapid growth and profit margins to a more balanced consideration of trust and accuracy. The shift in sentiment highlighted a critical aspect of investor psychology. A fascination with innovation often eclipses the necessity for rigorous scrutiny. In the case of this venture, exuberance over potential breakthroughs obscured fundamental concerns about technological feasibility. This region, once bustling with optimism, soon reflected the tumult of misplaced trust. As promises of revolutionary blood testing capabilities proliferated, many investors were drawn in by the allure of rapid returns. Testimonials and media coverage amplified the excitement, creating an environment ripe for unchecked speculation. The allure of unprecedented convenience and cost-effectiveness captivated stakeholders, prompting them to overlook discrepancies in the technology's validation. Doubt crept in gradually, as reports began to question the reliability of results generated by the unproven devices. Investors confronted the dissonance between glowing projections and the emerging realities surrounding efficacy. A pattern of denial emerged, where reluctance to acknowledge flaws became a barrier to rational assessment. The consequences of this mindset were profound, as the fallout rippled through the financial landscape. Losses mounted as stakeholders grappled with the implications of misplaced confidence. Trust, once a currency of its operations, eroded under scrutiny, leading to a stark reevaluation of risk in an environment where hype had previously reigned supreme. This reckoning underscored the delicate balance between ambition and accountability in the world of venture investment. The role of journalism in startup culture often intertwines with the narratives spun by ambitious entrepreneurs. In this landscape, media outlets become both the heralds of innovation and the arbiters of truth. Coverage frequently emphasizes the promise of groundbreaking technologies, sometimes overshadowing the critical scrutiny required to uphold ethical standards. The allure of extraordinary claims can lead to a phenomenon where media platforms amplify the voice of the founder, while minimizing the responsibility to investigate the veracity of those claims. These instances create a complex relationship between the press and startups. Journalists, eager to report on the next big breakthrough, may inadvertently contribute to a culture where exaggeration thrives. The pursuit of captivating stories can overshadow thorough due diligence, resulting in misleading portrayals of a company's potential. The consequences of such reporting become evident when the facade crumbles, revealing the frailty of the claims that were once heralded as revolutionary. In the case of the Theranos, the media's early enthusiasm played a significant role in shaping public perception, propelling the company to heights that belied its underlying issues. A shift in journalistic integrity is necessary, fostering an environment where accountability is prioritized. This shift not only protects investors and consumers, but also serves as a safeguard for the integrity of innovation itself in this region. Educational initiatives have emerged as a pivotal response to the disillusionment stemming from high-profile failures such as the Theranos. In light of this decline, institutions have recognized the necessity of instilling ethical considerations within entrepreneurship curricula. This evolution fosters a new generation of innovators who prioritize transparency and accountability. Programs are being developed to explore the moral implications of technology and business decisions. These courses emphasize the importance of integrity, teaching students that success should not come at the expense of honesty or consumer trust. They delve into real-world case studies, allowing students to analyze the ramifications of deceptive practices. Additional workshops and seminars feature industry leaders sharing their experiences, highlighting the value of ethical leadership. Mentorship programs connect aspiring entrepreneurs with seasoned professionals who advocate for a value-driven approach. This shift in educational philosophy aims to cultivate a culture where ethical dilemmas are addressed proactively rather than reactively. Such initiatives extend beyond the classroom, encouraging collaboration between academia and the corporate world. By fostering dialogues on ethical entrepreneurship, this region seeks to redefine success. The focus is not solely on financial gain, but on sustainable practices that benefit society. As a result, future innovators may be equipped with the necessary tools to navigate complexities, ensuring that integrity remains at the forefront of entrepreneurial endeavors. The healthcare industry has experienced significant repercussions stemming from the events surrounding the Theranos. Trust, once a fundamental pillar, has been eroded as skepticism permeates the sector. Many stakeholders now approach new technologies and innovations with caution, questioning the validity of claims made by emerging companies. This atmosphere of doubt has led to increased scrutiny from regulatory bodies, instigating a wave of rigorous assessments that prioritize transparency and accountability. Clinical laboratories and startups alike find themselves navigating a landscape altered by the Theranos scandal. Investors have become more selective, demanding thorough vetting processes and verifiable results before committing funds. The once celebrated notion of rapid advancement is now tempered by a heightened awareness of ethical considerations, with stakeholders advocating for a more responsible approach to innovation. Patient safety is paramount, and this incident has prompted a reevaluation of standards within the industry. Regulatory frameworks are under review, as authorities seek to ensure that technologies not only demonstrate efficacy, but also uphold the trust of the public. This shift mirrors broader societal expectations regarding healthcare accountability, as consumers demand more than promises. Distrust lingers, yet it has catalyzed a period of reflection and reform. This period of reflection and reform has spurred a wave of innovations in blood testing technology. Emerging companies have sought to redefine the landscape, focusing on accuracy and reliability. The desire for a more trustworthy process has led to enhanced techniques that leverage advanced analytics and microfluidics, allowing for comprehensive tests with minimal samples. In laboratories across the region, scientists are developing devices that streamline processing times, ensuring results are delivered swiftly while maintaining precision. These innovations are fueled by a growing demand for transparency, compelling organizations to adopt stringent quality controls and regulatory compliance measures. Research collaborations between established institutions and startups have become common, fostering an environment of shared knowledge and resources. This collaborative approach has accelerated the development of portable testing devices, making diagnostics more accessible, particularly in underserved areas. The focus on user-centric design has also emerged, with a shift towards simplifying the testing process for both clinicians and patients. This adaptability reflects a broader understanding of healthcare needs, emphasizing convenience and ease of use. In this evolving landscape, the commitment to ethical practices remains paramount. The industry seeks to rebuild trust through transparency and accountability. Each innovation represents a step forward, aiming to restore confidence in blood testing, transforming a once tarnished field into a beacon of hope for the future. Transparency and accountability emerged as essential pillars for any future entrepreneur seeking to navigate the complex landscape of innovation. This region, once characterized by rapid advancements and unbridled ambition, starkly illustrates the consequences of neglecting these principles. The story of a once promising company serves as a reminder that the allure of success can sometimes overshadow ethical considerations and responsible practices. Trust is a fragile construct, easily shattered by deceit and misinformation. Entrepreneurs must recognize that their credibility hinges on honest communication with stakeholders, including investors, employees, and customers. The absence of transparency can erode this trust, leading to devastating repercussions. It highlights the importance of fostering an environment where information flows freely, allowing those involved to make informed decisions. Accountability extends beyond external stakeholders. Internal governance practices play a crucial role in ensuring that ethical standards are upheld. A culture of responsibility encourages individuals to question practices and outcomes, fostering an atmosphere where integrity is prioritized. This proactive approach mitigates risks and enhances resilience in the face of challenges. Learning from the downfall of a once revered entity, aspiring innovators can cultivate a business ethos grounded in ethical behavior, ensuring that their enterprises not only thrive, but also contribute positively to society. This commitment to transparency and accountability can pave the way for a brighter, more sustainable future in entrepreneurship. The role of social media in shaping public opinion cannot be understated. Platforms designed for connection and dialogue became arenas for information dissemination and, at times, misinformation. In the case of the Theranos, digital narratives evolved rapidly, fueling both support and skepticism. Initial enthusiasm surrounding the promise of revolutionary blood testing technology was amplified through influencer endorsements and viral content. This momentum generated an almost cult-like following, blinded by the allure of innovation. As revelations emerged regarding the efficacy of its technology, the narrative shifted dramatically. Investigative journalism, coupled with user-generated content, began to unravel the carefully constructed facade. Shareholder concerns and whistleblower accounts became focal points, amplified by trending hashtags and viral videos. Public sentiment morphed from hopeful anticipation to disbelief and outrage, often in real time. In this shifting landscape, the company's attempts at damage control through social media proved insufficient. The disconnect between the company's messaging and the emerging evidence further alienated stakeholders. Missteps were magnified and trust eroded. This phenomenon highlights a critical aspect of modern business dynamics. The speed at which information travels can undermine carefully curated narratives, leading to swift repercussions for those who fail to align transparency with accountability. As the digital age continues to evolve, the impact of social media on public perception remains a crucial consideration for aspiring enterprises. This examination of the Theranos reveals a confluence of ambition and deception that resonates throughout Silicon Valley and beyond. The allure of groundbreaking technology attracted significant investments and media attention, creating a narrative of extraordinary promise. This region was infused with hope, as the idea of revolutionizing blood testing seemed to echo the desires of a society yearning for health innovations. Public fascination shifted into a collective denial of the underlying truths. Hailed as a visionary leader, the founder commanded respect and admiration, even as evidence accumulated suggesting that the technology did not function as claimed. As the reality of the situation emerged, the consequences became evident, exposing a fragile ecosystem built on trust and aspiration. The documentary illustrates a pivotal moment in cultural reflections, where the desire for rapid advancement often overshadowed ethical considerations. This environment fostered a climate where deception could flourish, prompting a reevaluation of accountability within the tech industry. The decline of the Theranos serves as a stark reminder of the inherent risks associated with unchecked ambition and the consequences of prioritizing image over integrity. The aftermath left skepticism in its wake, reshaping the narrative surrounding startups. This scrutiny has since fostered a more cautious approach, urging future endeavors to critically assess not only innovation, but the ethical frameworks that support it. Holmes emerged as a figurehead, embodying the aspirations of women in technology. Her rise within this region initially inspired many. It showcased the possibility of success in a predominantly male-oriented environment, providing a narrative of empowerment and ambition. This perception began to shift as investigations revealed the depth of deception underlying her company's claims. The implications of this decline reverberated through the tech community, particularly for women striving for recognition and influence. It became evident that her actions not only tarnished her personal legacy, but also cast a shadow on the broader representation of women in leadership roles. The ensuing fallout prompted a reevaluation of the narratives surrounding female entrepreneurs as the complexities of ambition and accountability collided. In the aftermath, the conversation surrounding gender in technology took on an urgent tone. It highlighted the need for transparency, integrity, and ethical standards, sparking a dialogue that examined the systemic barriers faced by women. The effects of the Theranos scandal continue to ripple through the industry, shaping perceptions and expectations. This episode serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between ambition and ethics, illustrating the potential consequences of unchecked aspiration. The legacy of Holmes now stands as a cautionary tale, urging future leaders to build their successes on a foundation of authenticity and responsibility. The legacy of the Theranos casts a long shadow over the landscape of Silicon Valley, illuminating the vulnerabilities inherent in unregulated innovation. This once promising company, which claimed to revolutionize blood testing. In the wake of its collapse, the remnants of the company serve as a reminder of the importance of transparency, especially in industries that directly impact human health. Technology's rapid advancement often creates a fertile ground for ambition to overshadow ethical considerations. The promise of a single drop of blood yielding comprehensive health insights captivated many, yet the reality proved far less benign. Regulatory oversight, lacking at the outset, has since been scrutinized, revealing the necessity for stringent standards in biotechnology. The downfall of the Theranos highlights the critical need for accountability, not just for the founders, but for all stakeholders involved. Investors, employees, and the public were left to grapple with the consequences of misplaced trust. This cautionary tale emphasizes the importance of integrity, echoing through boardrooms and startup incubators. The ideals of innovation must coexist with an unwavering commitment to honesty, ensuring that the next wave of technological advancements is grounded in reality, not illusion. Influences on Holmes shaped the trajectory of her ambitions. Figures in the realm of technology and entrepreneurship acted as both guiding lights and cautionary tales. A particular mentorship emerged from the shadows of Silicon Valley's complex ecosystem, providing foundational beliefs that would drive her vision. This environment, bustling with hopeful innovators, thrived on the promise of disruptive change, yet it often overlooked the ethical implications of that transformation. Encounters with seasoned entrepreneurs offered insights into navigating the treacherous waters of startup culture. This mentorship instilled a sense of invincibility, a belief that success was merely a matter of persistence and charisma. Promises of rapid advancement and the allure of substantial financial backing created a potent cocktail of ambition and naivety. The culture, often unforgiving, celebrated risk-taking, but also fostered an atmosphere that could obscure the lines between reality and aspiration. As enthusiasm for the revolutionary blood testing technology grew, influences solidified a belief in the possibilities, often overshadowing critical scrutiny. Conversations with mentors may have encouraged a relentless pursuit of success, yet the absence of accountability became increasingly evident. The consequences of this mentorship echoed through the halls of innovation. Within this region, the ethical dilemmas in medical technology development became increasingly pronounced. Promises of revolutionary advancements often collided with the necessity for rigor and integrity. The allure of significant profits and market disruption frequently overshadowed the commitment to genuine scientific validation. Companies pursued ambitious goals, sometimes prioritizing speed over safety, leading to instances where data was manipulated to align with expectations. In such an environment, it was not uncommon for stakeholders to overlook discrepancies, allowing aspirations to cloud judgment. This compromise resulted in a culture where ethical considerations were viewed as obstacles rather than integral components of innovation. Trust, once a cornerstone of the medical field, began to erode as the public grew more aware of discrepancies and failures in transparency. False claims of groundbreaking technologies created not just financial repercussions, but also a profound impact on patient welfare. Lives hung in the balance as the promise of accessible and accurate diagnostics fell short of reality. Regulatory bodies struggled to keep pace with the rapid evolution of technology, often finding themselves ill-equipped to address the complexities of new developments. As the dust settled, the implications of these ethical failures became evident. The landscape of medical technology was marked by cautionary tales, highlighting the need for a balance between ambition and accountability in the relentless pursuit of progress. The fabric of trust in this sector became irrevocably altered. Lessons gleaned from this episode resonate throughout the medical technology landscape. The ambition to innovate, while commendable, must be tempered by an unwavering commitment to transparency and ethics. Promises of revolutionary advancements must be scrutinized with care. The pursuit of rapid progress can overshadow the necessity for robust validation processes, leaving a void where integrity should reside. In this changing environment, regulatory frameworks are evolving, emphasizing the need for stringent oversight. The complexities of diagnostic technologies demand a careful balancing act, where speed does not compromise safety. Stakeholders are increasingly recognizing that the credibility of a sector rests not solely on scientific prowess, but also on public confidence. Emerging diagnostic solutions are being approached with a cautious optimism. This region of innovation thrives on collaboration, with partnerships formed between researchers, developers, and regulatory bodies. Such alliances aim to foster an ecosystem where breakthroughs can flourish without repeating past missteps. Investor sentiment has shifted, reflecting a wariness of overhyped claims devoid of substantive evidence. The landscape is now one where thorough due diligence is paramount before any capital is allocated. As the future unfolds, the lessons learned serve as a reminder that innovation must proceed hand in hand with accountability, ensuring that advancements in diagnostic technologies do not come at the expense of trust. The erosion of trust often stems from a failure to uphold ethical standards. In the case of this company, the pursuit of groundbreaking technology overshadowed the essential principles of corporate responsibility. Decisions were made with an unwavering focus on ambition, yet the ethical implications were neglected. A culture emerged where transparency became secondary to maintaining a facade of success. This environment cultivated a willingness to mislead stakeholders, from investors to patients, about the capabilities of the technology. Such actions. The fallout serves as a stark illustration of the intricate relationship between ethics and business. The ramifications of unethical behavior extend beyond immediate financial loss, affecting reputations, employee morale, and public perception. It becomes evident that a commitment to ethical practices is not merely a regulatory obligation, but a fundamental aspect of sustainable growth. In this region, the remnants of the organization stand as a cautionary tale. Those involved in its rise and decline must confront the reality that innovation devoid of integrity is a perilous path. Lessons gleaned from this decline underscore the necessity for businesses to integrate ethical considerations into their core strategies, ensuring that the drive for innovation does not compromise their duty to society. The decline exemplified by this venture reveals significant implications for venture capital funding models. Investors, drawn to the allure of groundbreaking technologies, often prioritize potential returns over thorough due diligence. This environment fosters a culture where ambition can overshadow evidence-based assessment. As the fate of this fading company demonstrates, unchecked enthusiasm may lead to substantial financial losses, not only for investors, but also for the broader ecosystem reliant on trust and integrity. In this landscape, a shift towards more rigorous evaluation processes becomes essential. The reliance on traditional funding frameworks, which may overlook ethical considerations, requires re-examination. Investors must balance their thirst for innovation with a commitment to sustainable practices. Enhanced scrutiny of claims and a more profound understanding of the science behind emerging technologies can safeguard against similar failures. The repercussions extend beyond individual companies. A reputation for reckless funding can tarnish the entire sector, making it challenging for legitimate startups to secure necessary resources. This region, once a beacon of innovation, risks becoming synonymous with deception if proactive measures are not implemented. The evolving narrative surrounding venture capital necessitates a recalibration, one that champions accountability and fosters a culture of responsibility, aligning profitability with societal well-being. This recalibration could illuminate the complexities within the psyche of the founder. Ambition often drives individuals to extraordinary heights, yet it can also blur the lines between reality and aspiration. In the case of the Theranos, the visionary was propelled by an intense desire to revolutionize healthcare. This fervor, while commendable, manifested in a profound disconnect from the operational truths surrounding the technology. The pressure to deliver results transformed the environment into one of relentless optimism, where the boundaries of ethical conduct began to erode. Those within the organization found themselves caught in a web of deception, compelled to uphold a facade that contradicted their own doubts. The founder, enmeshed in this culture, exhibited a remarkable ability to inspire loyalty while simultaneously fostering an atmosphere of fear. Employees were drawn to the promise of changing the world, yet many grappled with the growing unease of their own complicity in misleading claims. Communication became a tool of both motivation and manipulation. In this region of ambition, the narratives woven around the technology masked its limitations. The psychological landscape was marked by a dichotomy of brilliance and denial, where the founder's vision overshadowed the ethical implications of their actions. Gradually, the foundations of trust eroded, leaving behind a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked ambition. The ruins of the Theranos serve as a cautionary tale, illustrating the fragile balance between innovation and integrity. This cautionary tale has profoundly affected investor due diligence practices, prompting a reevaluation of how financial backers assess emerging technologies. The failure of this once promising company exemplifies the consequences of inadequate scrutiny. Investors, driven by visions of disruptive potential, often overlooked substantial red flags. Misleading claims about technology and capabilities obscured the truth. The disintegration of this entity has led to heightened awareness among investors regarding the importance of rigorous fact-checking. Due diligence now emphasizes comprehensive background checks, technical validations, and an insistence on transparency from founders. The legacy of the Theranos has introduced a more cautious approach to evaluating claims that often seem too good to be true. Investors are now more likely to demand verified data, third-party assessments, and a clearer understanding of the science behind innovative products. This change in mentality reflects a broader trend within the investment community, wherein trust is no longer given but earned through demonstrable results. The once celebrated allure of Silicon Valley startups is now tempered by the lessons learned from the collapse of the Theranos, cementing a paradigm shift in how ambition is tempered with accountability. The consequences of such failures resonate deeply, shaping future investments and expectations across the industry. The narrative of the American dream often intertwines success and failure in a complex relationship. This region, once a beacon of innovation, now bears witness to the disillusionment that accompanies grand aspirations. Entrepreneurs and investors alike sought to revolutionize healthcare through cutting-edge technology, lured by promises of a brighter future. Expectations soared, fueled by media coverage and the allure of untold wealth. The decline of this ambitious endeavor reveals a stark reality. Founders and visionaries, driven by ambition, often overlook critical truths, prioritizing perceived success over transparency and integrity. The pursuit of rapid advancement can overshadow fundamental ethical considerations, leading to a cascade of mistrust. Investors, seduced by the prospect of fortune, frequently neglect to scrutinize the underlying complexities of the technology. As the story unfolds, the remnants of shattered dreams linger in the air. These ruins symbolize more than just a failed company. They encapsulate the fragile nature of hope and ambition in a fiercely competitive landscape. The aftermath leaves a profound impact on stakeholders, as lessons learned echo within boardrooms and among aspiring entrepreneurs. Caution emerges as a prevailing sentiment, reshaping the contours of future ventures. This evolution reflects an ongoing dialogue about the balance between innovation and responsibility, a critical examination of what it truly means to achieve success in this ever-evolving environment. Crisis management emerges as a pivotal element in navigating the turbulent waters of corporate decline. In circumstances where trust erodes and credibility falters, responses become crucial. The strategies employed in these moments can either mitigate damage or accelerate downfall. In this particular scenario, the focus shifts to the mechanisms designed to address and rectify missteps. It often involves the swift assembly of teams tasked with damage control. These groups analyze the situation, crafting public statements aimed at restoring faith among stakeholders. While some organizations embrace transparency, others resort to obfuscation, hoping to shield themselves from further scrutiny. Each choice reflects a deeper philosophy about accountability and the value placed on ethical conduct. The media plays an instrumental role in shaping public perception during crises. Coverage can amplify failures, transforming minor setbacks into monumental failures. This scrutiny demands that organizations remain vigilant, adapting their narratives to align with public sentiment. Yet, in the face of overwhelming evidence, even the most polished statements may fall flat. As time progresses, the effectiveness of crisis management strategies reveals itself. Those that prioritize genuine engagement often find a path to recovery, while others, entrenched in denial, spiral further into chaos. The consequences of these choices echo throughout the industry, marking lessons for future endeavors. The influence of popular culture on business ethics draws attention to a fundamental shift in societal expectations. This region, once fertile ground for innovation, became a backdrop where ethical considerations often took a backseat to ambition and profit. Public figures, revered for their successes, inadvertently set a precedent that blurred the lines between acceptable practices and unethical behavior. In the wake of high-profile failures, scrutiny intensified, prompting a reevaluation of values within corporate strategies. This phenomenon became evident as the media highlighted narratives that celebrated audacity while simultaneously critiquing the lack of accountability. The portrayal of entrepreneurs as modern-day heroes influenced perceptions, leading many to prioritize rapid advancement over principled conduct. Such an environment nurtured a culture of secrecy, where transparency was sacrificed for the allure of groundbreaking technology. The narrative surrounding innovation, fueled by relentless competition, often overshadowed the imperative for ethical integrity. Instances of deception became not merely isolated failures, but reflections of a broader systemic issue. As public trust waned, the repercussions spread beyond individual companies, affecting investor confidence and consumer loyalty. These ruins serve as a reminder of the delicate balance between ambition and responsibility. The echoes of past misdeeds linger, shaping a cautious approach to future enterprise and urging a return to foundational ethical principles. Fraud extends beyond the confines of biotechnology, permeating various sectors and leaving behind a trail of cautionary tales. In the world of finance, high-profile scandals have emerged, revealing the precarious balance between ambition and ethics. The collapse of entities driven by deceptive practices illustrates a pattern of misplaced trust. Investors place their hopes in inflated promises, only to witness the subsequent unraveling of once revered institutions. This atmosphere of distrust permeates the healthcare sector as well. Instances of fraudulent claims and falsified data have shaken the foundation of patient care. The repercussions of such actions resonate deeply, eroding public confidence and highlighting the essential need for transparency and accountability. In these environments, the pursuit of innovation can sometimes overshadow ethical obligations, leading to detrimental outcomes. The realm of technology, too, grapples with its own challenges. Misrepresentation of capabilities and exaggerated performance claims often result in dire consequences. Companies that once stood at the forefront of innovation have crumbled under the weight of scrutiny. As these narratives unfold, they serve as reminders of the delicate balance that must be maintained between ambition and integrity. Across industries, the specter of deception casts a long shadow. The lessons gleaned from these experiences emphasized the importance of fostering a culture rooted in honesty and responsibility, essential for sustainable growth and trust in the future. The absence of rigorous scientific validation in health startups can lead to devastating consequences. This issue becomes starkly evident in the case of the Theranos, where claims of revolutionary blood testing technology captivated investors and the public alike. Many were drawn in by promises of rapid, accurate results from a mere few drops of blood. This allure overshadowed the foundational requirement for empirical evidence that underpins the medical field. The consequences of neglecting scientific validation ripple through not only the company, but also the broader healthcare ecosystem. Trust erodes when inaccuracies surface, damaging relationships with patients and stakeholders. These dynamics foster an environment where innovation is stifled, as legitimate advancements become overshadowed by skepticism. Investors, initially enthusiastic, may retract their support when faced with the fallout of unfulfilled promises. This can lead to significant financial losses and tarnished reputations. In the wake of such events, regulatory bodies often increase scrutiny, making it more challenging for future ventures to gain approval. A strong commitment to scientific validation ensures that products not only meet regulatory standards, but also fulfill their intended purpose. This process builds confidence among consumers and stakeholders alike, allowing health startups to operate within a framework of integrity. Crisis communication becomes a pivotal element when trust is threatened. It serves as a mechanism for organizations to navigate the turbulent waters of public scrutiny. The presence of effective messaging during challenging times can either reinforce or dismantle the fragile confidence that has been established. In the case of the Theranos, the rapid unraveling of claims regarding its blood testing technology showcased the profound effects of miscommunication. As discrepancies came to light, the ability to convey transparency became essential. Stakeholders and consumers grew wary. The silence or inadequate responses from leadership often exacerbated concerns, allowing speculation to flourish. This region, once a beacon of innovation and promise, began to feel the weight of skepticism. Leaders found themselves grappling with the consequences of decisions made in the shadows of ambition. A well-structured crisis communication strategy includes timely updates and factual information that can counter misinformation. Without it, the narrative drifts into the realm of conjecture and mistrust. The fallout can be severe, leading to irrevocable damage to reputation and financial stability. The fading company's attempt to recover from such a scenario illustrates the fragility of public perception and the critical need for clarity. Trust, once lost, requires diligent efforts to rebuild, often proving to be a formidable challenge in the corporate landscape. The fallout from the Theranos' decline rippled through the corridors of Silicon Valley, casting a long shadow over future health innovations. Emerging technologies, once buoyed by the promise of rapid advancements, now faced heightened scrutiny. The pursuit of groundbreaking diagnostics was tempered by a cautious approach, as investors and innovators alike became acutely aware of the perils associated with unchecked ambition. This region, once fertile ground for aspiring entrepreneurs, witnessed a shift in priorities. Rigorous validation and transparency became the new benchmarks for development. The legacy of the Theranos prompted a reevaluation of ethical standards within the biotech industry, influencing regulatory frameworks and fostering a culture that emphasized accountability. Such changes were not merely cosmetic. They sparked a broader dialogue about the integrity of scientific endeavors. The repercussions extended beyond the immediate fallout, leading to a more deliberate pace in research and development, which, while sometimes frustrating, aimed to restore confidence in emerging technologies. Innovators, inspired by the lessons learned, began to prioritize patient safety and efficacy above rapid market entry. This renewed focus fostered collaborations among researchers, healthcare professionals, and institutions, creating a more robust ecosystem for health innovation. Amidst the ruins of mismanagement, a cautious optimism began to emerge, suggesting that from adversity could arise a more resilient healthcare landscape. The landscape of healthcare startups now bears the weight of lessons learned from the Theranos experience. It is marked by a renewed emphasis on transparency and accountability, as stakeholders prioritize the establishment of trust. Investors, once eager to overlook potential red flags, have adopted a more discerning approach, seeking rigorous validation of claims and technologies. The importance of clinical data integrity has become paramount, guiding the development of new ventures that prioritize ethical practices. Innovators within this region are redefining their business models, embracing a culture of openness that encourages collaboration between technology firms, healthcare professionals, and regulatory bodies. This shift has led to an increased focus on patient-centric solutions, where the needs and experiences of individuals drive product development. Efforts to engage patients in the design and testing phases of new technologies signify a paradigm shift toward inclusivity. Incubators and accelerators have emerged as crucial support systems, fostering an environment where startups can thrive while adhering to best practices. Mentorship programs offer guidance from seasoned professionals who emphasize the importance of ethical integrity in business operations. As these new ventures take shape, they carry the responsibility of restoring faith in a sector once tainted by deception, striving to create a future where innovation and trust coexist harmoniously. The road to recovery is gradual but essential for sustainable growth within the healthcare ecosystem. Public trust in technology companies has undergone a profound transformation over the last 2 decades. Initially characterized by a sense of optimism and excitement, the narrative surrounding these enterprises has shifted toward skepticism and caution. Companies that once stood as beacons of innovation and progress now face questions regarding their ethics and accountability. The perception of reliability has diminished as revelations of misconduct emerged, casting shadows over intentions. In this context, the erosion of confidence can be traced back to several high-profile cases. Instances of misleading claims and questionable practices have led consumers to scrutinize the information provided by these organizations. The fallout from such incidents is evident in the wariness exhibited by potential users and investors alike. This region, once vibrant with enthusiasm for technological advancement, now reflects an atmosphere of measured skepticism. Transparency has become paramount as stakeholders seek assurance that their interests are safeguarded. The expectation of integrity in business practices is now a fundamental aspect of consumer engagement. Organizations striving to regain lost trust must implement rigorous standards and prioritize ethical considerations in their operations. Efforts to rebuild public confidence require not only acknowledgement of past missteps, but also a commitment to fostering a culture of accountability and openness. The evolution of trust in technology companies serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between innovation and responsibility. A lingering shadow now hangs over the entrepreneurial spirit in Silicon Valley. Once a beacon of unbridled ambition and forward-thinking, this region grapples with a reassessment of its foundational values. The Theranos saga, emblematic of unchecked aspirations, has influenced how innovators approach both ideas and execution. Many emerging entrepreneurs find themselves navigating a landscape riddled with skepticism, where the promise of groundbreaking technology is often met with caution and scrutiny. Investor confidence has diminished, replaced by an increased demand for transparency and accountability. Startups, once celebrated for their audacious claims, are now more likely to emphasize feasibility and rigor in their business models. This shift in approach signals a transformation in the dynamics between creators and those who finance their visions. Trust has become a currency of its own, with reputations hanging precariously on the outcomes of bold assertions. The cultural fabric that once celebrated risk-taking is now intertwined with a sense of responsibility. Founders are encouraged to prioritize ethical considerations alongside their innovative pursuits, reinforcing the notion that success is measured not only by financial returns, but also by societal impact. This new paradigm reshapes the entrepreneurial landscape, fostering a generation of leaders who are acutely aware of the importance of integrity in their pursuit of progress. The lessons learned resonate deeply, echoing through hallways once filled with unbridled enthusiasm. Reflecting on the trajectory of this venture reveals a complex interplay between ambition and ethics. The once bright promise of revolutionary technology, lauded for its potential to transform healthcare. These events stand as a somber reminder of the consequences that arise when innovation is pursued without a steadfast commitment to ethical principles. The ambition to disrupt and innovate can easily become overshadowed by the pressures of performance and the relentless pursuit of capital. As the company's narrative unfolded, the stark contrasts between ideals and reality became evident, leading to a profound erosion of trust, not only in a single organization, but in the broader ecosystem that nurtures entrepreneurship. The fallout from this decline extends beyond financial losses, impacting investor confidence and the reputations of many associated with the company. This region now grapples with the implications for future innovators who seek to challenge the status quo. A cautious approach to ethical responsibilities may emerge as a necessary corrective measure, reshaping the landscape of innovation. In this regard, the lessons imparted by this chapter serve as a foundational guide for those who aspire to forge paths in business, ensuring that integrity remains at the forefront of their endeavors.